And we can, hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Connection Call. And we can start off by celebrating anything that you'd like to celebrate. Personal, with your own journey, with something on your team.
I know Sarah's not on the call right now, but I want to celebrate Sarah for a couple of reasons. One, she connected with a mom friend of hers that was like a discount coach under another coach for a while. And then she canceled because she was going to sign up with someone else. And Sarah just reached out to her and asked her if she was going to Summit. And she was like, well, actually the person I was signing up with no longer is with Beachbody. So I'm just a customer now. And so Sarah talked to her and figured out that she really likes the connection piece and the community piece. And really that was why she was switching teams. And so Sarah's like, you should totally join our team. And so she met with her and just kind of got a vibe on her. And she's like, she is like our people. She likes her morning routine and her mindset work. And so her 6 months is up in July. So she's going to join Sarah's team in July and join here with us, but she's already getting connected to all of our things. And then her cousin Jamie that she added, it's actually under another coach in Sparta Nation. And Sarah was talking to me about how she's really come to realize how important it is the team that you join. And the more that she's connecting with coaches, either in other places in the downline or from other Beachbody teams, just don't have the same level of support and mentorship and community that this group has. And so she was thanking us for this community and these connections that we have, and said that sometimes you don't really realize how special things are until you talk to people who don't have that, and you realize what a unique space this is. So that just gives a testament to all of you guys for being here and the connection that we have. And a big shout out to Megan and all of you guys in this pod who make this so special and unique. And it really is true that sometimes you don't really know how unique this is. Sometimes I'll read comments on the BOD members only Facebook page, or they'll come up in my feed talking about their coach or lack of support, or their team isn't very supportive. And it just breaks my heart that there are teams out there and coaches out there like that. But it's also a really good reminder that when you talk to people and they already have a preconceived notion about Beachbody, or they had a bad experience with Beachbody, it's not really a personal reflection of you. And that's you're not representative of that coach or that team or all of Beachbody, that you come from a very special team and a special community, and you should never be afraid or ashamed or embarrassed to share that, because you are different. You are different, and we're out here to make that difference, to give a new name and a new experience for those people who've had maybe poor experiences with network marketing or with coaching with Beachbody before. So keep doing what you're doing. It's being noticed by others.
That's awesome. Well, Amy got back to Emerald this week or last week. So great job, Amy. And I'm excited that you can share on your own, but I love how you're using the in-person opportunities to share about this journey as you connect.
Yes, I have so many weddings and graduation parties, and everyone always is like, whenever I see somebody, they say, oh my gosh, you just work out so much and all your videos and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of try to use that thing in there, a bug in their ear, I guess.
Yeah, those are always good for, you should join me.
Right. Yeah. And I did another post today, so now I can follow all of the likes and do some inviting tomorrow. So it's been a minute since I did any a post, I guess, because life happens.
Sure. Yeah, well, good job. I also wanted to celebrate Barb. She had a beautiful wedding, and it was just so much fun to see so much joy surrounding her and her family. And it was super awesome to get to be a part of it too. So, and that St. Pete area is beautiful. I know we were at St. Peter's, or we were Petersburg or something last summer, but it was like an island not far from there, which is awesome. And then I did want to recognize Leah. She's on this SC Club call tonight. I am choosing this over that because we don't have a kitchen in our house right now. But that's really cool that she's in the secret, whatever that was, but she's doing a live cooking show with Autumn right now, which is pretty special too. Yeah.
So just a recap for those of you like, I don't know what Megan's talking about. There are a group of coaches that started what they're calling like Secret Success Club Society or something like that. And it just started with Hitting Success Club in May. If you hit Success Club in May, we got an invite that was a live cooking class with Bobby and Autumn. And so they sent out like what recipes we're making and the grocery list and everything so you could be prepared. And then it's on Zoom tonight. I assume we'll get a recording, but I don't really know. It didn't really fit with my schedule anyway. So I jumped on here with you guys. And we don't know what the next ones are going to be, but it's an ongoing thing. So every time you hit Success Club the next month, they're going to have some kind of special guest or special experience or something. It's not a Facebook group per se, but it's like a Zoom experience that you can be on. And this one was a cooking class with Autumn and Bobby. So another perk to Hitting Success Club.
Yes. Okay. And Jill, you've been getting your workouts in and adding in some more variety, I see, in sand volleyball, like Lauren.
Yes. I've been subbing for a team more often than I thought I would be. And it's been a great way to get moving and meet people and
Fun.
all the things. Yep. And I've done a couple little trips to Planet Fitness with my husband because that's where he goes. And that's fun too, but it's just so much more convenient in the morning. And I really like Fire and Flow. I'm not near as far as all of you, but it is a good time and I like it.
Awesome. Good job. Anyone else? Lauren, did you have anything to share?
Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've been on because Sunday night is volleyball usually. But thankfully this got moved to Monday and I'm in Florida this week. So it was a super early morning, but thankful to be here, work through our AC thing. It was more of a $100 service call for an education. Apparently there's a thing called a humidistat in Florida and I don't know how to use it. So now I do. But gosh, it's similar to what Rebecca shared about Sarah. I have a girl that's switched over to me earlier this year as a customer. She just upgraded to a challenge pack earlier this month. So I'm on the board with the SC2, but her cousin, friend, I don't know. She and I have chatted forever. I've always told her you would be amazing on my team. If you ever need help or support, let me know. And she engages in my stories. But those two are now working out together this summer. So the other girl's a teacher, and so she's got time off. And so I've seen them. My girl Kelsey is sharing pictures of both of them in my challenge group, and I was like, and so the other girl and I have messaged back and forth, and I always see her at our county fair every year, and so I'll see her next week at our county fair. And so I'll talk to her in person. She says, "Okay, I'm still deciding," because I always say, check with your coach first. I'm not here to take you away from anybody, but I want you to be in a community that serves you and that supports you and cheers you on, and where you can feel, loved on and accountable for your own journey. But if your coach isn't doing that, please reach out to them and make sure that there's no opportunity that you're missing or that, they haven't communicated. So I'm kind of waiting to hear back. She says she's still deciding. So that was a good conversation. And then Rebecca, I don't know if you remember the name Mindy Balka, Balka. She used to come to Sparta Nation Indianapolis events, but her coach was out of Fort Wayne. And she recently engaged in my stories and said, she was like, I miss, you guys so much and in-person events. I was like, girl, you're always welcome. Are you in a group? She's like, well, I'm still doing workouts, but I'm just not posting anywhere. And I said, for what reason? She was like, well, my coach isn't coaching anymore. I said, come on over, be in this with us. And so she's a lifer like us, she's been here 7, 8, I don't even know how many years. She's done all of them. And she still works out regularly and uses product and stuff. So those conversations are in the works too. Would love to have her. And then the other gal that switched over to me as a customer, canceled her coach in January. She'll be able to sign up as a coach. I don't know if she'll do preferred customer or not, but every now and then I drop messages to her about, why this community is so wonderful and everything like that. And she always responds so positively. So I'm like, maybe she got out of the group or the team she was on for a reason, her coach wasn't engaging with her. But I'm like, maybe if she had somebody again, that would remotivate, re-energize her. So those are some good conversations happening. So thanks for letting me share.
Good job.
Thanks.
Hi, Erin. Welcome. I think she's in like pickup duty and stuff like that. Okay, Rebecca, why don't you go for it?
All right. And Lauren's piece that she shared is all a testimony to our consistency in showing up. And I know that some people may be watching the recording or sitting here thinking like, gosh, I wish somebody who was a coach before would come to my team, like would connect with me. And that is just the power of showing up, the power of connecting with people, the power of not writing someone off because they already are a Beachbody coach or are doing Beachbody workouts. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have a team that's supportive. And when you're consistent and show up, and you're like diehard in your belief, people are going to be seeing that. Not everyone is like that. Not every team is like that. And then when their coaches leave or when their coaches quit or the coaches disengage and they're looking for support and accountability and you've always been there showing up, then they're going to think of you, which is why I think it's so important. And I've been doing those Sunday strategy calls in Spartan Nation to help coaches keep posting regularly, keep posting with consistency for that reason, because you're building credibility with your audience. You're building evidence that you're someone who shows up. You're building evidence that they get that you're someone that someone can count on. And last night, after I got off the live, I got a message from a coach I didn't really know her at all, but she said something about how she hasn't posted in a really long time and she feels awkward just like picking back up. Like, do I just follow that posting schedule or what should I do? I was like, okay, let's say for a whole week or a whole month or 3 months, you didn't brush your teeth. Should you go brush your teeth for 7 hours to make up for all the lost time? Or should you just go brush your teeth? Like set a timer for 2 minutes.
I don't know why that's funny to me, but I love it.
Just go
brush your teeth for 7 hours.
Like, it doesn't make sense to try to make up for all the time that you missed or to feel bad about it, like feeling bad about it or guilty or like, gosh, I don't know what people are going to think about me isn't going to solve the problem of brushing your teeth. If you just brush your teeth, okay, like you just keep brushing your teeth. So,
oh my gosh, that's exactly where I've been. I have not posted since like May 24th. And I feel like, yeah, I hate this word stuck, but I'm like, okay, where do I start now? Where do I pick back up? Do I talk about this? Do I talk about that? And then all of them start flooding and then it's paralysis analysis and then I get in my head. But I have been consistent with my stories. So I think that helps. And I think so many people are inclined to watch stories. I need to pick back up. So thank you for sharing that because I'm right there. Yeah. I'm going to go brush my teeth now.
Just go brush your teeth. Just go make a post. And I told her, I said, 4% of your audience sees your post. 2% of your audience sees your stories. So you not showing up means a whole lot more to you than it does to somebody watching because they don't even know that you haven't been posting. Like they don't go and stalk your page most often, like unless you have a stalker. They're not like stalking your page looking for your posts. They might be like, that's weird that I haven't seen her for a while. Or when you post and you show up and they feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen a post from her in so long. I'm going to go see what she's up to. So just brush your teeth, just make a post. So I encourage her just for the advice part, yes, jump right in. The posting guide that I posted in Spartan Nation, it comes from Angie Bellamar. She has a really good, simple way of laying out post and like her Monday posts are all about her fitness journey, your commitment, your progress, whatever. Okay, just do a workout post. Okay, just like nobody knows. Just go brush your teeth, right? You don't have to make up for posts. You don't have to post 85 times. You don't have to think of some grand reintroduction. You just like if you didn't brush your teeth for a month, you don't have to announce to social media that you didn't brush your teeth for a month, but you're coming back. You promise you're going to be committed this time. You just brush your teeth and you move on. So if you're in that spot of any part of your social media or to sharing about coaching or showing up in your bod group or in your own health and fitness journey, just pick back up and brush your teeth. Okay, now for what I really wanted to share tonight. Okay, I read this when I was camping this weekend. I was finishing Everyday Hero and I read this, I guess, poem kind of thing, this piece of chapter that he wrote, and it really resonated with me. And from talking with coaches in the pods and coaches on the Sparta Sunday night setup calls, it kind of feels like a lot of people may connect with this. So I wanted to share it with you and maybe see if a part resonates with you. Okay. This comes from a chapter called When Things Seem Hard, Trust Your Strength. When things seem hard, we have been granted the chance to trust our strength. When confusion sets in, a window is opened for us to enter higher clarity. When we question everything, we are truly growing. When we feel completely alone, we are most connected to the shared experience of everyone, and therefore we are united. In turbulence and storms, remember all you've been through. The violent waves will eventually become very still waters. The discomfort of transformation will return to the bliss of new wisdom and power that is cleaner. You are stronger than you know, braver than you can admit, and more capable of navigating anything life can throw at you than your intellect can ever teach you. You're as powerful as the rain. You're as unconquerable as the tide. You're as good as the harvest, as bright as the heavens that carefully guide your way. When scared, ask, what would heroism do? When worried, wonder, how would confidence behave? When angry, question, where can understanding be given? When hurting, go where optimism lives. When insecure, follow where self-love leads. All is unfolding for your benefit. Nothing is against your happiness. Your tests will yield triumphs. Your good deeds will produce noble success. Great rewards are on the way. Trust in your process. Don't lose your nerve. Compare your journey to none other. You are flawlessly protected and richly guided. By the force that rules the world. So that was just, he calls it a poem. I don't know, just a paragraph or so that he wrote when he was getting ready to go up the top of a mountain on a bicycle that he didn't know that he could conquer. And he sat down and wrote that. And I think there's a lot of people going through a lot of difficult times, just in general in life, in their coaching business, in their own fitness journey. They may feel like they don't know when this craziness is going to end. It just seems to be one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. And the whole message is that you are stronger than you know, and everything is working out in your favor. So take that with you as you go through the rest of the week. Go brush your teeth and trust your journey, because you're learning, you're growing, you're becoming better, and everything you're going through right now is teaching you and unlocking a next level for you so that you can pay that forward to someone else. So appreciate that. I know sometimes it's hard in the moment, but sometimes you just need to hear that it's going to be okay and they're going to figure it out, and that you have an amazing team right here that supports you and cheers you on and believes in you more than you'll ever know. So take that with you this week.
You're so good. That was so fitting into some of, I don't know why, but some days, like I just was talking to my mom about it. I don't know if it's because our home is turned upside down, or, in terms of the renovation that we're doing and just our routine seem out of whack, but I feel like I've had to lean in lately more to mantras that have gotten me through before from books. I'm getting the super tractor back out. And then I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I don't even know why I'm overthinking and worried about things. But so that was a really great message in terms of just that feeling that everything really does work out. And then for me, I have to step back sometimes and look at all the blessings that are right in my face all the time. Which a big one is all of you. And I mean, it's just, you all mean so much to me, and I can't imagine this not being in my life. And I just stumbled upon this, honestly. So thank you for that message. Hi, Erin. Do you have any thoughts now that we can see your pretty face?
Oh, no.
You're so good. Well, that said, actually, some of the things I was just going to share quickly before we hop off it was a call from September 8th last year, and it was about being unapologetically authentic in the 5 core factors, or the 5 core likability factors. And I thought some of them were just good reminders to help me get out of the overthinking stage that has been fumbling around in my brain for some reason lately. So is that okay if I review them really quickly? Some of them I think have just become habitual, probably for some of us, but the first one is how you view yourself, and you get treated the way you think you should be treated. And this obviously impacts the state you show up in every relationship. How do you view yourself? And if you experience negativity or see yourself as negative, it's showing. And then that's when the disconnects happen. So I just love the line, you get treated the way you think you should be treated. Okay. And then in this lesson, he talked about confidence is something you choose to do. And I would just say, sometimes people say, you're so inspiring or you're so confident all the time. And I just say, thank you. But I'm thinking, oh, I have to work on it too, all the time. But I like that it is something we choose and not something that just we shot out of the womb having. Okay. Number 2 is be interested instead of interesting. And again, try to understand, someone else's needs before thinking of your own needs, especially when we're trying to serve them and help them. And when, we're interacting with someone and making those connections, really, how are you, interacting with them and truly investing like genuine interest in where they're at in their life or how they're doing or what struggles they're having, and less about, let me tell you how good I feel. I think it's like so easy to do that sometimes. Number 3 is life up your life. Expand and enhance how we explain our days and lives. You can command someone else's energy, command yourself to feel good. If you're having a rough day, you can be honest, but still leave someone inspired. But I love that, life up your life. And even like, I think about our stories, like sometimes, if we're sharing the same thing all the time, how can we like sprinkle in something that will like spark someone to be like, oh man, I need to go see how that went. And I'm going to come back to them the next day because they're going through this journey or that journey. So I love that idea of life up your life. And then number 4 is something that I really believe in, even I think about at Target all the time, is be vulnerable and authentic. Make sure your values are being honored, but great leaders are vulnerable. Perceived perfection equals no connection. And I think that's really says a lot, because it's so funny. I think yesterday in my stories, I wrote about doubt creeping in, and my mom checked on me. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh yes. But I just like to share like those times too, because I naturally just share goodness a lot. But I think I did like one of those bars where like, do you need summer motivation too? And I did have a lot of engagement. I mean, just people relating to like, oh my gosh, to what Rebecca was saying, my routine, my schedule, everything is all over the place right now. So I think that's my mama's mama bear heart, just making sure I'm okay. But I was like, oh
And
yes.
again, my mom does the same thing too. Anytime I'll post something that, a rough day or whatever, I'll get a phone call. Are you okay? What's going on? Mama, I'm good. Thank you. Just got to share all the moments, the real ones.
Especially for me, if it can help someone else jump out of that disbelief. I mean, that's why I'm sharing, of course. But I love that. Again, perceived perfection equals no connection. And then how free would you feel if you shared how you were feeling? And Rebecca, I think you do such a nice job in your posts, really getting down and dirty and sharing all the feelings, and getting in people's minds, honestly. So good job on your posts. Always make me think. So I'm sure they're making some others think too. Okay, number 5 is give. Your attention, love, give all of who you are. How can you give more of all of you to who means the most? Find creative ways to meet their needs. What emotions would you like to feel the most right now? And then, of course, give what you want to feel, and you will feel it. Help others to feel happy. So again, if you're just joining, hello, Lori. I was sharing the 5 likability factors, which are definitely pertinent to us as coaches, but also I think as leaders in this world in any way we lead, for sure. So, okay, any thoughts on those, or hopefully those resonated with you all, and maybe we're a little bit of a reset on how you're thinking about yourself or what you're putting out there, or all that stuff.
I love that you shared a Brad call from last September, because I really enjoy going back and listening to them. especially because I was on most of them. And so like watching my own face during those calls, or seeing like how Brad and I interacted before, picking up new things that weren't really in my head at the time. So all that to say, if you watched them last year, it's a really, really great thing to go back and rewatch them or listen to them. I sometimes will do it when I'm driving just to listen to them. If you haven't watched them, it is a gold mine of mindset work there with you. I know sometimes we don't make time for things that maybe are recorded. We think there's something new or better out there. But I really think that mindset work is really important, but I will say that it is not the only key. I know that I talk about mindset a lot because it was my missing piece when it came to coaching and it came to my fitness and my own nutrition, my own journey, my own belief that I could quit a toxic work environment and step into what I really, really wanted to do. And I think it is a missing piece for a lot of people, but I was on a call with Josh Coates, and he talked about how the fact that a lot of times you hear the phrase mindset is everything. And we start thinking, well, if we just did more personal development, or we just listened to more podcasts, or we just like believed harder, if we just like visualized better, if we just believed more, like maybe I don't believe enough, that's like the key. And we forget these other keys. And the other two keys that he talks about are hustle, like actually taking action, like intentional action, not working 24/7, but actually taking action with it. And then also having a strategy with it. And that means like learning from coaches who've been before you, or learning from other people that are around you, not thinking that you have to pave your own path, and not thinking that like the idea that you set out within you when you started is the same path that you're doing. Or like I was just talking about on Sunday in the beginning here about posting on social media. Yes, like we want you to post on social media, and as you go, you'll start learning strategies and techniques and ideas that you can implement. And it's that combination of mindset, action, and strategy that is what's going to create the life that you want. So Megan and I both talk a lot about personal development and mindset, and it is really, really important. But I want to be very clear, because I don't think sometimes when Josh said that, I was like, oh man, I bet people are thinking about me when they say like, oh, my coach tells me all I got to do is believe more, and it's not working, because I talk so much about it. But it is true that you have to have the other pieces in place. If you're not taking action, if you're not doing the work, if you don't have any strategy behind it, or you're not tweaking it or learning from it or leaning in and being coachable to your team, your mentor, your fire pod, this pod, then the mindset alone isn't going to take you where you need to go. But I will say, if you don't have the mindset piece, he was like saying like, you can't sit there and look at a basketball goal and like visualize the ball going into the basket, like, and it's just going to suddenly become an NBA player. You also can't like go up to a basket and like throw it like this at the goal. I don't even know what that thing is called. You just throw it like this at the goal over and over and over again, and just take all the action and just 24/7 hustle your ass off and just randomly throw a basketball up there. And that's not going to work either. You also can't really, really think that you're going to believe it and then just believe that it's going to go in and just throw it randomly at the net and hope that it goes in. So the mindset and the action alone are not going to get you where you want to go. You also have to have a mentor, a guide. You have to be coachable. You have to have strategy and technique. And then when you meld all three of those things together and you start to believe that you can do it, and you start visualizing and all of that with the action that you're taking, with being coachable, with that triad of keys or techniques, strategies, ideas, bases, whatever you want to call it, that's how we have to get all the puzzle pieces in place to unlock it. So if you have all of that's a long way to say, I highly encourage you to go listen to this mindset, but I hope you're not mishearing me saying that you just need to believe more and it's going to happen, because I'm not trying to sell you a lie here. Believing more isn't going to make it work, but believing plus the action plus being coachable and technique, there is magic on the other side of that.
So good. Yes. Lori, we did celebrations in the beginning. I know you're on the road, but Lori got to have a live connection with Elise through Instagram.
Wow. I just want to say, I write to Elise a lot on her Instagram stories because I love her. And I wrote to her because a big thing is happening in my life. I am about to be a mom to a dog, and it's been a dream of mine for a really long time. And I think I'm ready, because I didn't have the confidence before to care for another creature in the way that I knew I wanted to do it, with all the thrust and all the intention to really do right by that animal. And I fear, like, what if I have to go? I used to travel a ton for work. Well, guess what, Lori? The minute you say you want to do this, and you have friends for 20 years that you've helped out, that they can help you, and you have a family. And I have been on a lot of, it's really hard to adopt a dog right now. It just is. It has been since COVID. But I feel like maybe a lot of the reasons I haven't been able to do it is because I haven't been ready. And that's okay, and that's good. But I'm getting my opportunity. My 2-year-old lab is getting spayed today, and I'm picking him up tomorrow, and I'm elated and scared. But I've helped raise dogs before. I'm a dog aunt, and I've been responsible. One of my sisters left me with her dog for a couple of months. So I'm not afraid of the work, and I know that I'm always afraid of money. Like, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm going to need a hip surgery in a dog, and it's going to be $30,000, or, there's a lot of fear I put in front of it. And Elise and I, she has rescue dogs. That's not why I want a rescue dog, but she has rescue dogs. And she said something about her husband yesterday for Father's Day, and he's the best rescue dog pup or something. And I wrote to her and I said, this might be a little bit weird, but yet not. I'm getting my chance at this finally after a lot of years. And I think that the work that I put in to prove to myself that I can do it, and that I'm ready, and all the things in the way are not in the way anymore. And I think a lot of it is my own belief in myself from these last 2.5 years of the work that I've done here with this posse, and the belief I've grown in myself. And I love myself, and I'm gonna love this dog, and I'm just so excited. So yay. I see people
You
already.
probably can't see the
Yes.
chat. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
I
you probably
can't
can't see it, but
see it.
we're cheering you on.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I'm really excited. Thank you.
I'm going to
More
take
to come.
I'm
but-
taking a picture of the chat, so then I'll text it to you.
Okay, that's sweet. Elise did remark that she can't wait to see pictures, and that she's proud of me or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, I really think, Elise, this Fire and Flow program many of us are doing, it's Elise, but I never thought I'd be open to Jericho, and I love her. Like, she's kind of like no nonsense, but she's not heartless. And I thought she was like just wild and heartless, and she's not. She's actually, in a way, speaking to me in a different language than I have heard Elise for a long time. So, all right, I'm talking. Megan, thanks for the shout out. I'm elated. I'm really excited.
Good job. I'm so proud of you, and just, that's so inspiring.
Thank you.
Do you have a name?
Yeah. I think it's going to be Heath, because I love like a man's name for a dog, or a human's name. And I like the idea of it being a little different. And you guys don't know this about me, but I'm a world traveler pre-COVID. I think I've probably been to 57 countries for work. And it's a huge part of my life. And my family lives in London. And so I wanted to do something to acknowledge my travel part of my life without, like, I was thinking Hanoi. And then I thought Heathrow. London Heathrow. My family lives in London. Heath will be his name because it's like a chocolate bar, and it's a little bit caramely on the inside, and he's kind of caramel colored chocolate. So Heath.
I love
Heath,
it.
come. No.
Good job. I can't wait to see your
Way
new
to
child.
practice.
Yes, good job. Okay, well, I mean, way to end us so strong and meaningful, Lori. Well, thank you guys. Let's have an awesome week. We're here for you, and you all inspire me every time I get to be with you all. So thank you for that. And so good to see you, Jill, and hear from you. And it's always a treat to get you all together on these calls. Okay, have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.